that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another episode of Skip the Rules, where I take the rules and teach you how to play the game. And today we're going to be checking out May Cause Side Effects from Games Adult Play. This is for 4+ players, ages 13+. And in May Cause Side Effects, you are going to be breaking up into teams of 2. So that's the first thing you need to do, is break yourself up into teams of 2. If you have an odd number of players, no big deal. Just make one team of 3. It is not the end of the world. If you have more than 10 players, then there's a small gameplay tweak that I will talk about at the end of this video. So now that you've broken up into your teams, you're going to shuffle these 3 decks of cards. You have red pills, blue pills, and these yellow question mark cards right here. Once you've done that, flip over one of the yellow question mark cards and look at the back and pick one of the colors randomly. It doesn't matter. They're all pretty much relatively the same, but that is specifically the only color that you are going to be looking at during this game. So photo on this card, people on this card, dig on this card, so on and so forth. Then you just put those down at the bottom of the deck. The next thing you're going to do is make sure that each team is dealt 5 blue pills and 5 red pills. So right now I have the game set up for 4 or 5 players. If I do this, it goes up to 6 or 7 players, and you can quickly see how that works. The rest of the red and blue cards can get put back into the box. You will not need them anymore. The last thing you need to do is get someone's phone or device and get a timer for 40 seconds, because every single round you are going to have 40 seconds to try and get your teammate to guess the clue on the back of the card. The player who most recently went to a doctor goes first and becomes the first patient. They're going to flip over one of their red cards and one of their blue cards, and these are going to be the effects that they're going to have to deal with. So this player would have to show off your nostrils to the other players and also have a nervous tick, blinking your eyes maniacally. So they would have their head tipped up in the air, blinking like mad, but then they flip over the card, the 40-second timer starts, and they're trying to get their teammate to guess the blue word right here. The patient must try to get their teammate to guess the word on the card corresponding to the chosen color while acting out the side effects. Speaking, miming, funny sounds, anything goes. The only rules are that the patient can't say any part of the current word and they can't skip a card. If your teammate successfully gets that, you can set that down in front of you, flip over another card, and try and get as many points in that manner as possible. Any card that you don't have time to get just goes into the discard pile right down here. These pills go in front of that particular player to remind everyone how they're supposed to act until their next turn, when they will draw new red and blue cards. And then you continue alternating teams while switching teammates each round to play as the patient. So the next time, player A over here would go, and then player B over here would go, and then player B over here would go, and so on and so forth, until all the red and blue pills are gone. At which point, whoever has collected the most of these point cards will be the winner of the game. And that is how you're going to play May Cause Side Effects. Now, that tweak I mentioned about when you have 10 players, for large groups, you may optionally split into 2 large groups instead of pairs. When playing this way, split the red and blue pills evenly into 2 separate but even piles. Only the patient draws a red and blue pill while the rest of their team guesses the words. Each round, alternate which player will be the patient in the team. Continue the rest of the game normally, and the game ends when every player has been the patient at least once, and whichever team has collected the most trial cards wins the game. But that is how to play May Cause Side Effects. If you enjoy what I'm doing, please consider liking, subscribing, or even donating to the Patreon. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube, and go have some fun.